this side is pretty much the same as the other side, as we've had to rebuild all this piece here, all of this and this piece here, not the top but the side. So what I've done, I've spent a couple of hours making a few bits and pieces. They're not absolutely perfect, but it will show any massive anomalies. So I've got this piece here to make sure that this drop is the same, and you can see that's the same, that's good on that side. I've checked it on the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. This is a piece I made, and I'll just, it's very rough, but I just did it with a piece of sandpaper, just to make sure. You can see there again that is pretty much on the money. This is the bottom half of it. And then I make this up to just check. So you can see there that that's a good fit in there all the way along. I just wanted to make sure, so then I can take this and take it on the other side and do the same thing. As I say, there's a few anomalies, but nothing to really worry about. You know, it's not absolutely perfect, but it's good enough for what I want. I just want to reassure myself that we're not playing with two inner wings that are massively different. There's a big discrepancy between them. There's not. There is a few mil here and there, but generally they're pretty good. So this is the other side, obviously. Now you can see. Unfortunately, this wasn't long enough, but I made a mark at the same place. So I've put it in the other way around. You can see again that fits pretty well, so that's good. Same with this one. This one actually, obviously you have to turn that around now, so you can see if I fit that in. Again, the profiles can't hold all the way through, but it's pretty much the same. You can see that it's pretty much the same. The bottom one. And again, this is a little bit rounded, but it's good enough to give me, it's pretty good. Excuse me there. And you can see a little bit of an anomaly there, but it could be the way this is shaped. It's a bit rounded rather than flat, generally. You can see it's pretty good. There's a bit of a gap there. This could be a slight anomaly, but they fit on, that's the main thing. So I feel a bit more confident that it'll go on, and I've tried this now up against the rear wing, and they seem to fit pretty well. So really all we've got to do now is bend them into the correct shape so they sit here absolutely correctly. So that this end piece you can see here is actually damaged, and you can see at the back of it it's in quite poor condition, and there's pieces of it missing, like there and there on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually build two new ends for both sides. I'll turn it around so you can see there how poor it is. It's very badly Swiss cheese there, and there's only this part left on it. So this this return edge needs redoing as well. And the bottoms on both of these feet that you can see are in very, very poor condition. Just pull that around and you maybe can see. Let me turn around again. Sorry about the camera work. But you can see there how poor the condition is there. Somebody's just built up this corner piece and then plopped it over the top. You can see obviously there. So when we bring the English wheel up, the shrinker stretcher and my spot welder, we'll build new feet for them as well. So that's a job we need to do. So yeah, you can see it's pretty poor. So these wings, these rear wings, are approximately about €2,000 each. And from what I can see on the S&G Barrett site, they don't come with, well maybe they do, but on the drawing anyway it doesn't show it, but it doesn't come with that end piece, but maybe it does and it's just the drawing doesn't show it. So they're around about €2,000 plus the VAT, plus your shipping and bits and pieces, and I would imagine they're going to have to be shipped in boxes. So, you know, for just over €4,000, I think we're better off just repairing them, because the main part of them are good. They just need quite a bit of work on them. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going on to the next piece. What I've done here, it's only a piece of cardboard. I've made a cardboard template from one of the wings that's in good condition, and made this template out of it. So what I'll do, obviously I'll cut the metal a bit better, but it shows how it's going to work. And then what I'll do then is make a copy. So I've got some steel plate here, but this is 1.5 mil. Because it's the edging, I want it to be nice and strong. So I've gone for 1.5 mil. And what I can do is I can actually make 2 pieces out of that. I can put one there and then one the other side, because obviously they're just a copy of each other, except the other way around. Yeah, and I've decided to go with 1.5 because it'll give it that extra strength that we need. It's a little bit flimsy at 1. It's just over 1 mil, I think, or whatever that is in gauge. Is that 20 or 22 gauge, whatever. So what I'll do is I'll mark this out and start cutting it out to get them ready to fit in the wings. But we need to repair both wings. They're in quite a bad condition. And while we have the car in this position here, this is the perfect time to do it. These two have been made. You can see there's a panel been put in there, let in there really badly. Whoever's done that made a right arse of it. It's far too thick, and all this would have been filler on here. And then there's another one here which is much higher up. Again, it's in a quite poor state. So we'll rebuild these, cut them and then rebuild them with the shrinker stretchers. There's quite a lot of work involved in that, and I will be showing it on camera using a stretcher, or the shrinker I should say. And then I was rebuilding it, but they're very poorly put together. Now, one of the reasons these are so bad on the bottom, it's quite an obvious reason. If you're working with these XK 150s, one of the problems with them is all the dirt collects right down here on this bottom piece, and I can show you that on the car. So for instance, you imagine this is the piece that we're rebuilding here, and obviously when the car is the right way up, all the crap can go in underneath. Now there is supposed to be a shield in here which fits in against the wing. So you imagine, I'll try and get out the light, so you can imagine there's a piece like this edge of the B-pillar, and it comes out like that, and there's a seal inside it, so it seals the rubber or whatever you're using, whatever compound you're using. It sits against the wing, and in a lot of cases they didn't have them, or they were corroded through, and then all the rubbish from the wheels caught under here on these different parts underneath, obviously the other way up, and all the water would stay in them, and that's why they rotted out so badly. So and basically these, the ones that were on this car had been riveted on. They should be actually screwed on so that you can actually take them off and take any debris out if there should be any there. So that's something that we have to look at. But that's why they corrode so badly on this bottom piece, because all the debris from the road, grass, wet grass, whatever, water, all sits on that bottom. So I've made one, but because this is quite light cardboard, I've just made one up. I'll make the second one from the new one that I make. So I'll just pull that off, and that's giving me a rough shape. Obviously I'll cut it a little bit bigger, and so I can clean it up. But this will work either way, so you can turn it that way, you can turn it over on that side or this side, it won't matter. So I'll get this cut out, get it all drilled, check that it fits both sides, just by turning it over, and then I'll make an exact copy of it for both sides. So if you're interested in seeing that process and the process of us building and using the English wheel the bead roller, the spot welder, plus the shrinking and stretching tool, the shrinker stretcher, because we'll be bringing all those up when Amir comes, because we need to get everything up here to do all this work. If you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments, and I'll go through it stage by stage so you can see what we're working with. I wouldn't have made these out of 1.5 mil if they weren't straight, because even though I can bend 1.5 mil, it's much tougher to do. Obviously 1 mil is better to work with. But as I say, if you're interested, let us know. And hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby. Take care and bye for now.